Hey guys, so I wanted to share something that I learned today in Saturday's Jiu-jitsu class. Essentially, it is the transition of position so you can get some submission. I just made that up right now. The way I got hurt with, in terms of my ankle injury, was that I was initially, I had mounted an individual. If you've been following along, the story, if you haven't been following along, the story is that I was in the guard position, right? So I had somebody like this. I grabbed their sleeve, pulled that out, right? And at the same time, I managed to kick out their knee. They turned over, and I basically mounted them. And I was in this position, right? I'm on top of the individual, trying to keep that position, not doing any submissions. And in the process, they're bumping me, they're bucking, and I'm trying to keep that position. And at some point, normally, you know what? You want to get your hooks in, right? Get your hooks in, or get what they call the baby spider, where you put all your weight down and you do essentially the free fall, skydiver, baby spider, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. But then the thing is, what happened was the person ended up slipping up this way, and they managed to bump me and roll me. And when I rolled in this direction. But the thing that happened was, normally your foot is supposed to be in this position, so when you roll, everything is all good, right? And the foot's like this. However, in my case, the foot, instead of being like this, was like this, right? And so when it rolled, I guess it rolled in a really awkward position. From this position, instead of going over here, it just kind of hurt and went pop. And thus, when I ended up rolling, the foot somehow got out, and I got the injury, essentially the injury was boom on this side, stretching up all the way up here. Today, what I learned was essentially how to protect yourself from such a deal, because the idea isn't to stop at the mount, but how do you get from a better position that is better than the mount? So let's assume this is our bad guy or our opponent. We're going to mount him. So by mounting him, basically sit down just like this. I'm on the individual, just like that, and the person seems to, get right up. Now, part of the idea from once you have the individual down here is you do the baby spider, boom, fire, free fall, just like that. Once you're squeezing them hard enough, you try to get into the appropriate position. Part of it is get their arms up. Now, this is what I wasn't doing. Problem was, I get their arm up, now muscling, blah, right? Get your arm over here, right? Thing is, you create some space. You want to fill that space with what? With the knee. So get the arm up, bam, fill it up with the knee. And so now if they're trying to bring that arm down, they're not going to be able to. And you get the high mount. So step 2, once you get the mount position, step 2 is to get the high mount. And once you get the high mount, you got the knee up, assuming this is their head. I'm going to use this as the head. Bam! 50-pound head. It's a heavy head. So you get the head, squeeze the head here, squeeze them here, high mount. It's not going to be a very comfortable position. Then the idea was to get into a S mount position. The S mount is you get this knee up real tight, and then from here, get this knee around and get it as tight and as high as possible. And now, this arm is here, bam, that arm is here, and you just squeeze. And once you're up here, boom, 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 you can bounce, make it very uncomfortable for them, and they won't be able to do anything. Even if they were to buck and try to push in this direction, there's nowhere that they can go. And so that's something I learned today, and it's really painful when it was done to me, but essentially the idea here is once you're here, you got the arms, you can do anything with it. You can put them into a wrist lock, you can get it to an arm lock, you could push the arm out this way, and push it out that way, and from here, push, and then, you know, give pressure here. Or if they're being a little, whatever, you can even go into an armbar. So, but that needs a little bit of practice and drilling. But I found a solution to potentially prevent that from happening again. See you guys later.